problems, and they come out of backgrounds that, was kind of like not the best in privileged circumstance,
Yeah. Now, let me ask you about switching topics. Do you think or do you feel safe because of your situation right now, or do you think law enforcement is pushing you out of this way? I'm talking about specifically like being homeless and living here and there. I'm pretty sure you have encounters with police. How do you feel
really
about that?
To be honest with you, I can personally say,
Uh-huh.
and I just sleep a few blocks right here, and I've slept there for 4 years. I really don't have any problem with the police.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I don't, like I say, I smoke weed, which I'm low key. I don't drink, I don't take none of that other shit.
That's good.
And so I'm not causing no problems. I'm not out here screaming.
You're not going violent or stuff like that?
They don't even know I'm here, because I'm quiet. I don't make no noise. I don't draw no attention. I try and keep as low a profile as possible and carry myself like a professional human being. That's
Respect, yeah.
yeah. That's basically where I'm at. I mean, the police. They got their favorites. I mean, if you give them a bunch of problems, they're gonna get it in for you, just like anybody else. And if that happens, they can give you a rough time, I'm sure. I never really had no problems like that. I gotta be honest with you.
Do you think there's a drug problem in this area regarding, not like marijuana, but like heavier, bigger drugs, that are make you hallucinate and stuff like that?
I'll put it to you this way. There's a lot of people doing them kind of drugs. And they, if it's a problem, you have to go ask them. I don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't a problem for me. They don't really bother me, whatever they do,
Awesome. You keep your distance?
I just understand it now,
Mm-hmm.
I've been here long enough to understand it. At first I didn't. I seen people do all kind of drugs. I've done all kind of drugs, but this shit, I ain't never seen nobody act like this shit makes them act. But, I understand it now because I've been around it long enough, and I come to understand it, and I recognize a lot of these people, and, I can understand that they have to me looking at it, I understand that they have a problem. I understand that the same way that I smoke weed to deal with my problems, they do that to deal with their problems.
Definitely.
Everyone has their own way. That's the only way for me to look at it and understand it.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever state of, repair they come acting up in, or however they might be acting at that particular moment, you can't really be too hard on them.
Yeah.
You can't get mad with them. And if you really understand from that point as a human being, bro, this is what I'm talking about. When you understand that, hey, I got that same kind of problem. I call it marijuana.
Yeah.
You see, they just call it something different. And
Definitely.
It makes them act maybe a little more erratic than I might act. But I understand that, see? And because I have that understanding, I don't really want to judge it. Do I think it's right for me? No. I know it ain't right for them either. But it ain't for me to say.
And they probably would say the same thing to you, like say, it's not the right thing for you, but hey, it's a different view.
You just live and let live, and you understand, addictions and stuff like that for what it is. Yeah. I mean, people with addictive personalities, you're prone to have more than one addiction. Yeah. So, I mean, and this is why I'm saying, when I don't want to say one thing. The importance of parenting cannot be stressed enough, because they know, and they've been on for a long time, that by and large your personality is formed in the first 5, 6 years of your life.
Yeah.
Your temperament, it all goes by how you're handled, how, you know, it's something to get in them books and start reading, you know. I mean, I just had a high school education. You know, since all this happened, I had the time to read and stuff, and I had a problem I was motivated to find out about.
Find a solution. You know,
look, I'll be
originator.
honest with you, at one point in time, I said to myself,
Uh-huh.
I don't care about nothing else. I just want to know the truth of what's wrong with me. And I started reading, you know, and you know, it's almost like sometimes I felt like just a book, I'd pick up a book and it was like just what I needed at that time, you know, and you know, hey. You know, at 62 years old, you just like to say, you know, you got some understanding and insight into what it's all about for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you understand, look, maybe I made these mistakes because foundationally I was not right.
Yeah.
There was something out of whack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when
Especially
you
how you were
understand,
shaped at the beginning.
that goes so much,
basically
man,
just rolls
so much into it
It
because
takes intelligence though to like be very introspective because it sounds like
you got to be real reflecting. It's all a matter of being able to reflect upon yourself, but you got to be honest too. You can't deny the ugliness. You're gonna see a lot of ugliness, man. If you're really searching for the truth up in there, bro. We grow in dirt, bro. Believe me. That's how we grow, in the dirt that's inside of us. Because you know, there's a lot of.
Do you still have family around? Or?
Well, yeah, I got family back in New Orleans. I got a son. He did 3 tours in Iraq. Yeah, he did 3 tours in Iraq. He's in Oklahoma City with, you know, his wife and my grandkids. I mean, I don't see him no more, but you know.
Did they know you're here?
They don't know I'm here in Portland, but you know, they knew I was in New Orleans still, but you know.
Are you planning to find them or keep in contact later in the future? Or?
I wouldn't even know how to go about getting in touch with him. You know, I really don't. It's just one of those things that, you know, it'd take me a while to really explain that story to you. I mean, you know, suffice to say that, you know, the kid was getting in trouble. He was, you know, they was doing some pretty severe shit. And, you know, my ex-wife, like I said, I got that money from my lung disease. I was laying on the beach in Fort Lauderdale watching naked girls, man. You know what I'm saying? The phone rang one day and it was my ex-old lady and said, crying all hysterical. And they're like, Nikki's coming in the house with guns at night and shit. And I was like, oh, fuck, you know. And I was like, I'll be there. And I was there the next motherfucking day. I had an antique car, everything now. I left it there. I went back and got it, you know, and all that. But hey, I went, you know. Yeah, they was doing home invasions, bro.
Really?
Him and a little, yeah, he went to school with some little Vietnamese kids.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a little Vietnamese gang out there in New Orleans that, you know, that's it. And I knew the kids. I knew the goddamn kids, you know. So it wasn't, you know, I ain't saying nothing. I ain't no angel, bro. That's all I'm saying. You know, none of us
No
are.
judging. Yeah.
You know, but yeah. So, you know, I was like, you know, in the back of my mind, I was like, yeah, you knew it was gonna happen, because New Orleans is one of them kind of towns. It's a dangerous place.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, per capita murder wise and all of that, it's a dangerous city. This city here is like, that's like La La Land out here, bro. This is like, you know.
Is that one of the reasons you leave?
I come from a place where it shoot 'em up, bro. They ain't,
That's true.
you know.
Homicide's high,
Yeah,
murder.
You know, this is like nice. This is nice, man. You know, but you know, it's just one of them things. I mean, and he's a good kid.
Yeah.
He was always a good kid, and all these kids. Look, them kids sitting out here that you think ain't no good, they not that bad of kids. They really not. They might be dirty and they don't took a bath and they don't smell good and this, that, and other. They not bad kids. You could go talk to them and they'll talk to you just like I'm talking to you, bro. And you know, they'll tell you their circumstances and you find out. If you do that, you say, you know what, there's a constant thread running through these stories, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it all links back to like something, you know. If you ask them seriously about why, how did this happen, you know, hey, they more than likely can answer it. You know, they got their own individual answer, but you find out that there's a theme, a constant thread in it, that something happened that they wasn't really ready to deal with, you know. It ain't like none of them just probably threw their hands up at the start. Not, you know.
It just happened like that, one day after the other.
Right. Such a circumstances, you know. But yeah, you know, that's an interesting thing. I mean, you know, I mean, PSU, that's a, you know, I know it's a good school. Like I said, I've been here for 4 years, and it does a lot of good in the community and everything over there. And you know, that's what it's all about, man. I know a couple of them girls that I go to the Starbucks over there by Fred Meyers. I think they go to school over there. A couple of them.
Yeah.
So you know.
If one of you guys have a phone that you'd be willing to let me borrow to look up some information about the airport.
I don't.
Yeah, you want to go to the airport? What was that?
Yeah, I don't know. I think she actually used a phone.
Not
What's that?
familiar with it.
Yeah, sure. Where do you want to go?
If you want to go to the airport,
How do you know it?
just right there.
Yeah.
Couple blocks right there. Red line's the one that goes to the airport.
So you want to go to the airport, is that what you're saying? Or where you plan to go?
Hey, do you have friends here? Do you have friends?
Do you have like a specific address or
Yeah,
something?
you got a few people that sit in, talk.
The guy with the guitar, is he one of, you know, are you close to him? Are you guys?
Well, we're not really close, but I know him. He comes over, you know.
But after 4 years, you recognize people that are the same. Right?
Oh, yeah.
'Cause-
Yeah, you know the regulars and stuff. You know?
Oh, sorry. So if you want to go to the airport, if you want to take the Max or the bus?
The what?
You want to take the Max or the bus? The train? The train or the bus?
Oh, no, I just wanted to see if there's a website for the airport.
The airport's really far. The airport's really far.
Is it a long ways away?
Yeah, it's a really long way. So you want to take the Max, the train, and you want to take the red line. The red line will take you to the train to the airport, just straight.
How long is the ride?
Like 30 minutes, depending on traffic. But you have to take the red line, and the red line you have to go back to Beaverton, and then Beaverton will take you to the airport.
It's not as wet as you
So right now, there's no way you can get from here to the airport like straight.
Temperature-wise,
Yeah,
it's a little
it's
bit
only
colder here
taking
than
the
right
blue
now.
line.
You
Huh?
live out here. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Oh, there's a blue red line,
I'm
right?
from New Orleans, and
There's
I'm
a red
not
line down
used
here,
to
so if you go
cold, bro,
straight,
but I can make it
There's a
out
red
here,
line,
you know.
red line, just red line
Get in
train.
the sleep bag,
That will take you
got
there.
your clothes on, get in the sleep
Yeah,
bag.
we're doing an interview, so sorry I can't really borrow my phone, but I'm doing an interview.
Here,
Okay?
yeah, the whole thing was ice. The whole thing froze up a couple years ago. I slept out here that year. Wasn't that bad?
What do you need to look up information about the airport?
Yeah.
30
Like the red line, he can help you probably. Yes,
48 degrees. It ain't nothing that bad.
Yeah.
You can sleep out here. It's cold. You just gotta have enough clothes on. That's all. I mean, you could actually have enough clothes on and say, I ain't really cold. You know.
Have you been approached by a church or community service or something within those lines in regards to assistance, things like that?
In regards to what?
Like assistance, food.
Well, they have places like that. I don't, like housing people and stuff like that. I don't really go apply for it.
Mhm.
You know. I mean, they got TPI. There's a few like social service places.
Yeah.
The only thing I do is go to the doctor and get my medicine. you know, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't generally go, you know, I never did apply for housing or nothing like that.
Yeah.
But, you know, they got waiting lists from what I heard for all
Yeah,
of
they're
that
pretty
kind
big.
of stuff. The waiting lists, I don't know how long they are, but somebody said 400 and something people and all of that. And then,
That's quite the wait.
yeah, and then, you know, the buildings where they put you in, they got somebody at the front desk, you know,
Mhm.
watching every move you make and, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like a controlled atmosphere, you know. They monitoring everybody that comes in the building. If you want to bring a friend over, they gotta have an ID, and you know, they got all kind of rules. So I mean, I'd rather just go find some place. I mean, they ought to have some place you could just go rent, and you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
But they don't really have that.
They don't.
I mean, you'd have to get luck. I don't know how to use a computer at all. You know, they didn't teach that in school. They didn't have that back then. But you know, I mean, if I got on Craigslist, you know, you might have a chance of finding something for $500, $600, something like that. You know, which, but like I say, it's not something that I'm really feeling like you gotta escape it. Like it's some big oppressive thing that, I mean, but by all means, if somebody feels like that out here, then yeah, they need to try their best to get out of here, you know, off the street.
Mm-hmm.
It don't really, like I say, it's no big, real oppressive thing to me. Do I like it? I don't really look at it that way. I don't look at it like I'm winning or I'm losing, or, I mean, if I thought of it that way, you'd see me go running and applying for housing. I don't feel like somebody owes me something. I don't feel like I want something from nobody. I don't feel like, what I would say that in 4 years, not one fucker has came out there from one of them groups that you said and asked that, though.
Mm-hmm.
They want to count you on a night or the homeless count so they could get one more person in there so they could get money for your fucking ass, whether you get anything from them or not.
Yeah.
Because I don't ask them fuckers for nothing.
Yeah.
But they want your information
Your signature,
so they
name.
can get money for it.
Yeah.
I don't give it to them.
That's what I was wondering about,
I don't get nothing from them, no.
Because they
You know.
they really advertise that they're out here helping the community,
Let me
helping
tell
them
you
out.
something. All them outreach
But
people,
is it
not
true?
once have they come out here and said, hey, you 62 years old, maybe there's a way we could get, not one. Not once in 4 years.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying that as a matter of fact. I don't really